Alright students, so in the previous video we have discussed how the water is being absorbed by the roots. In this part we'll discuss how from the epidermis the water will be transported to the other cell and how it will reach the xylem. Alright, so now we are starting with the next part as cell by cell transportation. So here we'll discuss about the cell by cell transportation. For that we'll make the diagram of that epidermal layer once again. So this is a single cell layer, epidermis, and there is the extension of the epidermis which is basically known as the root hair. So here in this case this root hair is now turgid because of the entry of water. This is the outside membrane which is the cell wall. Here we are just completing this layer as it is. So this is the epidermis. So this layer is the epidermis. Now the layer next to it is the cortical layer, or it is known as the cortical cells. So these are all the cortical cells, and the layer altogether is known as the cortex. So these are many cells like this. These are the cortical cells, all of them. So let us just label it. So these are cortical cells, and the complete layer is known as cortex. This complete layer is known as cortex. Alright. Now the layer where it ends, there is another layer of endodermis. So this is the another layer of cells, and this is known as endodermis. So this is endodermis. Alright. There is the strip present over these cells. These strips, they are known as the Casparian strips. So these red ones, these are the Casparian strips. These Casparian strips, this prevent the flow of the water. There is some cells where the Casparian strip is absent, and from this cell the water will be transported further, and these cells which provide the passage to the water while the other cell restricts. So this cell which allows, this is known as the passage cell. So I am not labeling it here because we have to make the other layers. So let me write it down here. This is the passage cell. Alright. So this cell over here is the passage cell. Alright. So epidermis, then is cortex, then is this endodermis. Now to the inner of the endodermis there is one more layer which is present. This layer is of pericycle. So this is the complete layer of pericycle. Like these. So this layer is pericycle. So let me write it down here. So this was endodermis. This is pericycle. So this layer is pericycle layer. Pericycle layer. Alright, if we are moving further in, there we'll find out the other cells. Now, these cells, they are having this type of pores we are finding out. These are the pores. And these pores, these are the characteristic feature of a tissue. And these pores, they are known as the sieve pores. And these are for sieve tubes. And sieve tubes are the part of phloem. So this tissue or this layer is of the phloem. So this entire layer is of the phloem. Next, there is one more layer. This layer over here this layer is known as cambium. So this layer is cambium, and at last inner to cambium, we are finding out the final layer, this inner layer, this is known as the xylem. This inner layer is known as the xylem. Alright, so this is how the entire system from the root hair till the inner tissue of the xylem is. The water has entered to this layer only, that is the epidermis. Now we'll see how it will pass these cells and how it will reach the tissue xylem. Then from this xylem there will be the ascent of sap. Till now we just know that the roots has absorbed the water and has become turgid. Now we'll see how it is going to be transported cell by cell. So this cell by cell transportation, this occurs in two parts. One is the apoplast and the other is the symplast. The one process is the apoplast and the other process is the symplast. In the apoplast, what is going to be, the water from here will be imbibed by the cell wall. We know that cell wall is made up of cellulose, and cellulose will absorb the water to the cell wall, not to the core of the material. That is what the imbibition is. So from here, the water will, from the root hair, the water will be imbibed by the cell walls, and the water will be traveling from the cell wall to cell wall. So this water will be traveling from the cell wall to the cell wall, and from here it will enter the passage cell. Alright, if by the another pathway it is going to be entering like this, so if it is going to be entering like this, it will not be further moved by this thing, because the Casparian strips, it prevents the further flow of water. So here the water will not flow further, so it will have to change its course and it will have to again come to the passage cell for the further movement. This method, in which there is the imbibition of the water by the cell wall and there is the transportation from cell wall to cell wall, this process is known as apoplast. So in apoplast there is the water transport from cell wall to cell wall. Alright, so it is from cell wall to cell wall. That is the apoplast. This is the faster way, and 90% the water is being transported like this. Now there is also another pathway in which the water is entering into the cell and making this cell turgid. So this cell is more turgid, so we have discussed the water will travel from more turgid to less turgid. So it will again enter the other cells from more turgid to less turgid, and finally it will enter the passage cell to move further. This technique, that is while moving from through the cell, inside the cell, here is only from the cell wall to cell wall, the water is not moving inside the cell, but here the water is moving inside the cell. So this is by the process of a difference of turgidity from more turgid to less turgid. So in the next case of the symplast, there is from one cell to other by passing through the cells. Now here is the water is passing through the cell, it is not just from the surface, it is through the cell. And by this is the process which takes time, and only the 90% of the water will transport by symplast. The 90% of the water is transporting by the apoplast. Now again, this will prevent, if the water enters through this cell having the Casparian strip, the water will not move forward. It will have to alter its path and will go to the passage cell. The same thing happens over here, that is from here the water will be transporting cell by cell over here, and again from here to phloem to cambium, it will cross cambium and it will finally reach the xylem. So again this is going to be like this, and this will be reaching the xylem. Alright, So the process that is the cell by cell transport is apoplast and symplast, that is cell wall to cell wall. Imbibition, this is difference in turgidity to more turgid to less turgid. This is from the core of the thing to the other cell. Alright, so this will cross all these cells and will reach the xylem. So this is how the water will be transported from the root hair till the xylem. We have not yet transported the water upwards. It has just reached the xylem. Alright, so the water has just reached the tissue known as xylem, and the xylem will further transport the water. In this process, we have just made the water to reach the xylem by the two processes, apoplast and symplast. So this was all about the cell by cell transport. In the next part, we'll discuss about the ascent of sap.